Good morning, children. Today in Social Science and History in Class 9, the lesson Socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution, we'll take up the topic Changes after October Revolution of 1917. So by the revolution, the Bolsheviks had come to take over all the power. Now already they were demanding so many changes which had not been made till now. So this is what they wanted was, and now they were able to implement these. Among these, the major changes that they brought about were that Bolsheviks nationalized banks and industries in November 1917. If we can recall that according to the April thesis of Lenin, he had already demanded that all the banks and industries should be nationalized. That means there should be state ownership, that there should be no private property, because that is what had created all the difficulties and miseries for the people, both workers and the peasants also. So then declared land as a social property. The next important change that they brought about was that they declared that land was a social property and allowed peasants to seize land of nobles, the church, and the Tsar. In the April thesis, this was also one of the demands, that the land should be transferred to the peasants. Then all the old titles of the aristocrats, whatever titles that had been given to them, those were banned. That means they no longer could be used. Then big houses were partitioned according to the needs of the families, because there were people who did not have homes. So the big houses or palatial houses were divided or partitioned so that the needs of, according to the needs of the family, they could have this accommodation. Then also another important change was brought about in the uniforms for the army and officials. New designed uniforms were arranged and organized. Then the Soviet hat, Bidonvika, was also designed. And the party itself was renamed. The Bolshevik Party came to be, it was renamed, and now it was known as the Russian Communist Party. So these were the changes after the October Revolution that were brought about. Nationalization of banks and industries, then the property that could be given to the peasants. The titles that were given to the aristocrats, that was banned. Big houses were partitioned, new designed uniforms were given to the army and officials, and the Russian Communist Party was now the new name of the Bolshevik Party. Now we come to the elections for Constituent Assembly. Elections were conducted by the Bolsheviks in November 1917. But unfortunately, they were not able to get that much of support or majority that they had expected or what they had anticipated. In January 1918, the assembly, which had been elected, they rejected the Bolshevik measures, whatever that they had adopted related to the policies and all that. So they were not in favor of the policies or the measures adopted by the Bolsheviks, and Lenin, as a result, he dismissed the assembly. He believed that the All Russia Congress of Soviets was more democratic than an assembly. So that is how the assembly came to be dismissed. Now the creation of Soviet Union, which took place finally in 1922. Now, in March 1918, we see that the Bolsheviks entered into a treaty with Germany at Brest-Litovsk and ended the war with Germany. This was also what Lenin had demanded in the April thesis, that was that the war should come to an end. But this is how their participation in the war came to an end, by means of this treaty that took place. Now we further see that Bolsheviks won the elections to all the Russian Congress of Soviets, which was the parliament, and it became a one-party state. That means that it was only the Bolsheviks, because there was nobody contesting, and they came to have a one-party state in Russia. Now, organizations, secret organizations were also formed, like Cheka was one of them, that is the secret police services. And the secret police services who kept an eye on people who criticized the Bolsheviks, and if they were caught, then they were punished also. So that meant that nobody could condemn, nobody could criticize the Bolsheviks and their policies and the party. If they did that, then they were subjected to punishments. And the party stood for socialism and change. So basically they were wanting socialism, the socialism where the means of production are all owned by the state as a whole. There is no private property allowed. And these were the major changes that they brought about. But in this, there was also a civil war which means when within the country, when people fight, one can say that there are two groups of people fighting against each other within the same country. That is what we call as a civil war. Now, in this, we see that the decision of redistribution of land by the Bolsheviks had been announced, and this had consequences. What kind of consequences or outcome? That is, it resulted in army to break up. Now, many soldiers who were peasants, they deserted. They left the army, they wanted to leave the army, and they wanted to go back home so that they could also have part of the land which would be given to them. So they wished to go home for the sake of land which had been announced now. Then there were clashes between the non-Bolshevik socialists, liberals and soldiers also. So there was a lot of difference of opinion regarding the policies and the measures adopted by the Bolsheviks. So we see that during 1918-19, the Greens, that they came to be known as, that was the socialist revolutionaries, and the Whites, who were the pro-Tsarist, controlled the Russian Empire. And the Bolshevik troops were known as the Reds. Now these socialist revolutionaries, that is the Green and the pro-Tsarists, that is the Whites, they were supported by soldiers and troops of other countries also, like the French, American, British, Japanese troops. They all supported them, for the simple reason that they were seeing that socialism seemed to be growing in Russia, and which they did not want it to be established over there. So these revolutionaries were given the support of these countries, of their troops, of their soldiers, to fight on their behalf. And so the Bolsheviks and these people, these troops, fought. There was a civil war, there was looting, famines became common, and stealing became common. So all these were the changes that were there during this time. So, in order to set matters right, the Bolsheviks took help of the non-Russian people and the Muslim jihadists to control most of the Russian Empire. Obviously, there was so much of opposition to these Bolsheviks. So, in order to take help and settle the matter, they took the help of these people, that is the non-Russian people and the Muslim jihadists, so that they could have complete control over the Russian Empire. And most non-Russian nationalists were given political autonomy. Autonomy means when you have the power to rule yourself. So they were given the power to rule themselves. So this is how they were able to win the favor of these people, win the support of these people. And in 1922, the USSR came to be formed. Thank you.